Did the frequency and intensity of the bidding wars over the past 2 years make you put your home search on hold? Well, if so, you should know two things that might help you. First, the hyper-competitive market has cooled, as buyer demand has moderated. And two, housing supply has actually grown. As Brendan and I are watching the data ourselves here in Port St Lucie, we see these numbers. But it means that you may have to see less competition from other buyers. And so with less competition comes more opportunity for your offer to get accepted. Let me give you two trends that we are seeing right now that may help you re-enter the market. First is the return of contingencies. A recent article from Realtor.com points out that more sellers are accepting contingencies in your contract. They quote that 92% of home sellers are accepting buyer-friendly terms, frequently related to home inspections or financings or appraisals. Now, Brenda and I have seen this in our own transactions here in the last few months on the Florida Treasure Coast. Secondly, sellers are more willing to help with closing costs. Now, back in March in 2020 and prior, it was a common negotiation tactic for sellers to cover some of the buyer's closing costs in order to sweeten the deal. This didn't happen as much during the peak buyer frenzy over the last 2 years, and we've seen that. But today, the data suggests that this is making a comeback. Again, a Realtor.com survey shows that 32% of sellers paid some or all of their buyer closing costs. Now, asking for closing costs may be a negotiation tool that you can use, and we can talk about it when we go to negotiate on a house or on an offer for you. Now, there are limits to closing cost credits that are set by the lender that you choose to use, and they vary by state and loan type. But we will discuss what type of closing cost concessions you can ask for when it comes time. Now, Brenda and I have actually seen this as well in several of our last transactions. So start a conversation with us, and we will walk with you through the process of buying a home.